Maven here. For these first few weeks of 2016, I've recorded some games with friends of mine for you all to enjoy, while I get ready to return to DC and, by extension, my normal recording standards. I did my best to fix as many of the audio problems caused by the laptop setup and by my other friends' setups as possible, but either way, don't worry, this is only temporary. So, first up, Obilisk and I decided to teach my friend Elyse the board game Seasons. Really fun game. Really good strategy. Reminds me a lot of playing Magic the Gathering back in the air. Afterwards, I taught my friends Danny and Angela the board game Castles of Burgundy, which is one of my favorites. These are two great board games. I heavily recommend checking them out, whether online or in person. And if you've not learned how to play them before, hopefully these videos will help, explain a little bit of the mechanics. Finally, there'll be one more Maven talk, and possibly one recorded video of Drawful. Yes, that is an owl with a bra. It's a silly Pictionary game. I played with Obilisk, Danny, and Angela. There's a couple of problems with it, but hopefully it'll work out when I start streaming it, when I pick back up the Twitch stream late January, early February. So please enjoy, and I'll see you all late January for a whole lot more Maven gaming.
Okay. Now I see the start game button. Start game. It's on Apprentice Wizard stuff. Okay. So this is how the game goes. Basically, is there will be 3 years, and actually let's start from the beginning. The way you win the game is by getting the most points. There's 2 things that count for points. One is the cards, which have a point symbol in their upper left-hand corner. And the second thing is crystals. Anytime you get a crystal, 1 crystal is a point. So what we're doing here is we're saying what cards do you want to put early on, which would be things that give you like energies, so you can start playing other cards easy. Energies are the colored symbols in the middle of the cards, which are also the cost to play those cards.
Can you start the explanation over, please? My parents just came home and they were talking to me and I couldn't hear you at all.
Okay, so the goal of the game is to get the most points. The goal of the game is to get the most points. 2 ways to get points are when you play a card, which is the things it says the number of points the card is worth in the upper left-hand corner, and getting crystals. And each crystal is worth 1 point. What the game is going to take place over 3 years. You only have to get access to year 1 cards during the first year. You have access to year 1 and year 2 during the second year. And you have access to all of them on the third year. You play cards by getting energy, which are the colored symbols. There's 4 colors, 1 for each season. And then you need a summon gauge. And then you will be able to play the card. So generally, I think you mostly learn by playing. So just look at the cards that they've shown you, and you have to pick 3 of them to place into the year 1, 3 to place into the year 2, and 3 to place into the year 3. Anything that gives energy tokens is something you want in year 1. Anything that gives summoning gauge is something you want in year 1. And things that give crystals you're going to generally want in year 3. Yeah, this is a bit...
I know, it's a bit rushed because of the timer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as basically at the end of the game, you were awarded points based on the number in the upper left-hand corner of your power cards, any of the cards, whether they're purple or orange. And you will also get points equal to the number of crystals you've gained over the course of the game.
Okay, I think I have enough the information to sort my cards. Oh, this
Okay.
I like to think a little. Thank you. What happens if I click that?
It just tells us you'd like to think a little, so we're not, like, harassing you in chat.
Oh, okay. I thought that it might actually give us more time.
No,
Okay, yeah.
That's what I get for trying to spam that. This game is not very good for my screen resolution.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you hover your finger over the card, it should enlarge it for you.
No, the problem is that everything is too big to fit on the screen.
Oh.
I have an ultra-portable 12-inch laptop.
Oh, wow. So you can see the slots on the left, the cards in the middle, and the counters on the right. Huh?
I can mouse over and read everything.
Okay.
I think that this site doesn't actually, like, ban you from the game or kick you out, unless you press the big red button at the top when they run out of time.
Oh, what you mean is that there is no time limit unless we enforce it?
I think so.
Okay. So what's the button I shouldn't be pressing?
The one that says skip turn of players out of time.
Oh, I've been able to click the I am done button.
Oh.
Wait. Oh, did Silver finish as well?
I did. I said I did.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't notice, so it was waiting on me this whole time.
Oh!
Okay, alright. Order.
So, okay, in that case, Silver, don't press the skip players out of time.
Okay, right, yes. And now the board is up, which is on the left-hand side of the screen. I'll cover I'm gonna take my time, by the way. I'm gonna cover the buttons on the corners of the board, but the board itself is essentially a circle, and that's when the black marker completes a full circle, a year has passed. Right now, we're in winter. The black marker's in the blue section. There's 2 energy that comes close, that's close to the edge of the circle. Those are the energies that are common during this particular season. The one in the middle is rare during this season, and the one at the very center is, you're not going to see it on the dice this season. Did you get that so far?
Yes.
Okay. There's also some of the dice have a circle icon on them, like, that circles the whole dice. Yeah, you see the star and the leaf. The star and the feather has a circle surrounding it. You see that?
Yes.
Do you need me to explain? Do you need me to say that again?
I can see 4 on the other side.
You're breaking up. I'm sorry. I can't hear you.
I can see 4 dice, and each one has 6 faces, and they're listed at the bottom. If I mouse over.
Right. The tooltip will show you all the faces of the dice, but the only one that matters is the one that it shows right there. And one of the faces has a circle with little pips on the edges of it.
Yes.
Okay. That symbol means transmute. It means if you had any energy of colors, you could exchange them for crystals, which are points. This is not something you generally do early on, but that's what the order on the seasons means. The ones that are common during the season that you were actively in would be worth 1 crystal. The ones that are rare would be worth 2 crystals. And the ones you can't find in this season, if you haven't stored up from the previous season, they'd be worth 3 crystals.
Okay.
If you see an energy symbol on the dice, like in this case, either the fire or the feather, that means that when you pick that dice, you will get that energy. So that's how you get your energy. If it has a number, that's that many crystals, or that many victory points, and some cards do cost crystals to actually play. They're pretty obvious, when you look at their cost. The star is really important. That's your summoning gauge. You can't have more cards. You can't play a card if it bring you to have more cards in play than summoning gauge. So if you play your first card, you will need a star.
Okay.
And the last thing on the second to last thing on the dice is the card symbol, which means you get to draw a new card into your hand. And if you draw a card from the dice, you can choose to discard it, so it's not a huge risk. It just means you wouldn't get anything else that turn. But, that's an option. Lastly, the number of little pips at the bottom of the dice are the only thing that has nothing to do with what you get that turn. It's just that when all of us have taken their turn picking a dice from the 4 here, there'll be 1 left. The season marker will move along at the speed indicated by those pips. So if 1 pip is left, it will only move forward 1. If 3 pips are left, it will move forward 3.
Okay.
Alright. I think we covered the dice. So I'm gonna pick a die. And
So you know, the dice that you were describing to me are not in the same order on my screen.
Yeah, no. He wasn't describing them in order. He was just describing them in, like, most important things to know to least important things to know.
yeah, I wasn't explaining in order. Maybe next time I should think about that.
They are in the same order on all of our screens, though.
Yes. Alright, and I just picked one, and now Maven just picked another. So you have a choice between 6 crystals or drawing and looking at a card.
Okay. And I don't need
I don't really need the feather. I just need summon engage.
Yeah. A different person picks the dice first each time, so you'll get your turn to pick the star with it. Okay.
That sounds like
Now, okay. So it gave me my summon gauge and my energy, and then I don't have enough energy to play anything, so I just pick my turn, and it's Mike's turn to play something if he can. It's your turn to play something if you can. Which you probably can't.
There is something that I should note.
Alright.
Around the edge of the board, you'll see 4 buttons. There's this, like, 2-colored into 2-colored symbol. There's the transmute symbol with a +1. There's the star symbol with a +1. And then there's the deck into 2 cards into 1 card symbol. Across the game, you can take 3 penalties. These penalties will be applied at the end of the game, and they'll subtract from your victory points. However, for each penalty you take, you can use one of those options, and they can basically be lifesavers if you're stuck in a situation and really need something. The first option, the 2-colored into 2-colored, is basically what you think it is. You take off 2 of your energy that you have stored up, and you get back 2 energy of any color you want. So, let's say I have a red and a blue, but I really need 2 yellow. I can exchange them back for 2 yellow. If I really need a yellow and a green, and I have a red, a blue, and a blue, I can change back, like, a red and a blue for a yellow and a green.
Right.
The second one is the transmute symbol with the +1. That is basically saying, I'm going to transmute this turn even though I don't have a transmute symbol on my die, or even if I do have a transmute symbol on my die. And every single transmute I do is worth 1 crystal extra. So really good for clearing out, like, a lot of energy at once if you don't have a transmute and you really want the crystals. You can make up for more than your penalty usually that way. The third one, the star with a +1, exactly what it says on the tin. You get 1 summoning gauge immediately. And then the last one is almost universally considered to be one of the weakest cards, the weakest options. Anytime you would draw a card, you can instead draw 2 cards, keep 1, discard the other.
Okay.
The one that most of us will end up using will be gaining a summoning gauge. Sometimes we will use changed colors of energy, and occasionally someone will use the transmute.
So is choosing the summoning gauge card a good move right now?
Probably not unless you have something that you really need to play exceedingly early before anyone else does anything else.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a penalty of 5 points the first time, 7 points the next time, and 8 points the final time. So if you can wait a turn, just wait a turn, you'll get a star. Half the dice have stars on average.
So
Okay.
I should end.
Yeah.
Probably.
We were just covering the options. I think we're mostly out of rules. Okay.
That gives me 2 energy.
Yep. 2 blue.
Plus 1 to my summoning gauge.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So the only advantage to the other one is that it gives me yellow energy.
That's correct. Could do something, but nah, no rush. Unless somebody randomly gets 3 red and decides to change all the energy to red.
I don't think that's in this easy mode.
It isn't?
It won't have things like that.
Fair enough.
Play these cards later in the season.
Yeah. If you go to the next year and you still have cards left over in your hand, you just keep them in your hand. It's just your hand gets bigger.
Okay.
The reason for wanting to start to really get pressured into playing cards is because at the end of the game, if you have cards left in your hand, they're worth -5 points apiece.
Generally speaking, everyone will generally play all of their cards. And a lot of cards have benefits. They give you crystals each turn or stuff like that, and so you want to play them.
4. Nothing. Keep going.
Okay, so if something doesn't give me a benefit each turn, there's no point in playing it sooner.
You should play stuff when you can, unless there's a reason to save it. There's no rush, so you don't have to. If you can play something without getting any penalties, it might be a good idea.
Otherwise,
On some cards.
if you want to wait till a different card's played, then yeah, just keep waiting. There is a maximum energy in that you can hold at one time, which is 7, but you're nowhere near it, so there's no rush.
Okay. So. Oh, these are the costs. Okay. I understand now.
I have a question.
It's good. So that's one that you can activate when it's in play to sacrifice it and gain 5 energy.
But I don't have to do it now, and I can end my turn.
That's correct.
Okay.
The dice are not being predictable. They're being ugly.
And remind me again what a power card is?
Power card is any of the cards you have in your hand or in your other years.
Right. It's any card, any color.
Draw
If it's a
one.
purple card, it's a magic item. If it's a red card, it's a familiar. Those are the cards.
So if I were to draw a power card, would that draw me something from year 2?
No, that would...
A random card.
It hasn't been seen yet.
You also have the option of discarding it if you so wish.
Unless it's from a card that she has in her hand that says draw a card.
Right. I meant from the dot.
Okay. And then I'm picking. That's the obvious choice.
Sure. Let's do something interesting.
Oh, I can take some actions.
Yep. I mean, you got 2 energy, and then you have 5 potential energy if you need to sacrifice the potion, and you got summon engage. You can do stuff.
What can I do?
Play cards mostly.
Yes. Play this? No. No, I don't have enough for that.
You have enough energy for almost anything.
Who?
Silver says something about I don't have enough for that.
Well, she only has 2 green.
And a potion of knowledge in play that she can sacrifice for 5 of any color, of any combination of colors.
Yeah, true.
Oh, that's how that works. Okay.
Yes. There's only one card in all of Seasons that I can think of that you wouldn't be able to play right now, and I don't think it's in this set.
Okay. Does it have to be all the same color?
No.
No.
It's going to prompt you to pick one, then pick another, and so forth. In case you can't think of it, I was thinking Mesa Day's Lantern.
But... Oh, I see, yeah. Figures Worm, okay.
That's good.
And... what is this?
Yep. See, that one, she can't, she does not to keep. You can activate Potion of Power immediately, though.
Yes, oh, I got a card from it.
Yep. It gives you a bunch of summon engage and draws you a card. This one you have to keep, though, so...
Okay. I don't want to get rid of it.
That's fair.
Why not?
Keeping your card, then. All right.
So silly.
All right, I'm picking first, so I'm hoping to get a green next turn. Or I will be very, very sad. Did you click end turn?
Oh, derp.
I see. You were clicking like you were clicking on different tabs, so...
Making sure my recording stuff was still going.
There's a bunch of great options here, and then only one of them has green, so, yeah. Gotta take this one.
I do not want things going fast.
Seeing as only one person has played any cards, that's understandable. Alright.
And a fortune.
Oh,
Yes.
I can see that if I scroll down.
Let's see.
Explains why you wanted the green.
Yes. It makes everything easier. Everything. Alright, so there. And I transmuted 1 red because it's worth a bunch this turn. And now I can. Okay.
Shall bide my turn. Bide.
You're gonna do something evil to me.
I don't think I can do anything evil with you with the cards we have available.
Yeah, my only evil card was a very, very minor evil under certain circumstances. But if you played it now, it would annoy me. So.
Fair enough.
All right.
I want those green.
I wanted green. I wanted more green.
Too bad. I want all of the green. Plus more stars, so, not getting more stars.
I guess there's still a chance for more green next turn.
Well, there's a chance, not a big one.
Oh, it's my turn to choose a die.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
I'll just prompt you if you take more than 5 seconds, so don't take offense then. Because
I'm looking at something else.
yeah. There's a lot of things to look at right now. Alright, it's Misfortune's turn. Alright, Amulet of Water.
Okay.
Amulet of Water, unsurprisingly, so is water.
Staff of Spring. Okay. Yang's Forgotten Vase. Okay.
And that'll be good for now.
Okay. Silver's turn.
I couldn't do anything with any of those dice.
My turn. Alright, Silver's turn to pick a die.
Excellent. What is this? The transmutation doesn't sound bad.
I like how there's a progression percentage. It's my health. Sure. Why not?
Yeah, you like playing cards. Silver played something. Persevio. Okay.
Yes. And I'm out of cards, so I suppose I can't do anything else.
Yep. Well, next turn will be year 2, so you'll get new cards. Well, you'll get cards you already know about.